Yo, yo.
What's going on, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. We're live. We're live. I'm excited to have you.
Thank you. I
Uh,
appreciate the opportunity.
oh yeah, man. How's your day been going so far?
It's been crazy. We got a lot going on. We've got I've got a couple shooters going out to some listings of mine to shoot some videos and do some photos, and we're trying to build out this podcast. We've got this whole studio that we're building out here in the Bay, so it's been crazy.
Yeah, man. No, I can relate, man. It's been a swamp day. I don't know if you know, Dippidi's releasing a few new services, and one of them's actually pretty revolutionary. I don't know if it even exists, but it's called unlimited ad requests. So basically, allowing people to just completely submit all their content to us and have somebody there to be able to create it and put an ad behind it, whether it's marketing, the whole nine. So building out that system has been a hell of a project, but it's coming right there to an end. So I'm pumped on it.
Have you been at it for a while? I mean, is this a project that everybody kind of put together and it's been in motion for quite some time?
Yeah, man. I think I came up with the idea actually like probably closer to a year ago, and we kind of tabled it because I think it was a big goal that everybody was like, "You're insane! Like, hell no, we're not going to do this right now."
Yeah.
And then I kind of just made it a project of mine that I'd like chunked along at, or like just chucked at it, and kept building out the system and all the automations and how can we fulfill the demand and everything like that. And it's getting right there, man. I think we'll be ready to go live here in like mid-March. So
hopefully we can start throwing out some customers your way as well, and we keep that moving, because that's exactly, I mean, it's a pain point that we're looking that some of our clients have had as well. So I think you guys are going to be able to fill that. That sounds good.
Right. Because you're all right. So let's kind of uncover that a little bit. You're an agent, right?
Yep.
And so then you saw this opportunity for video, right?
Yeah. So long short of it, I've been a realtor for 11 years now, and I've always kind of used video to brand myself. So even, when the market was crashing, I was on Craigslist, just hitting foreclosure lists and short sale lists and just banging that out consistently for years. And I've always kind of built my brand that way. But, about a year and a half, 2 years ago, my business partner and I, a lot of the video marketing companies here in the Bay Area, a lot of it's really templated. They're at such a massive size company where my listing video looked like yours and down the street and so on and so forth. Same type of music, same type of piano in the background. So our whole thing was, let's get into INVZN. Let's create this video company where we're completely different than everybody else. And it's more custom, quicker transitions, kind of quick cuts, great kind of modern music in the background with different transitions. So that was kind of the whole growth of INVZN, the kind of the reason why we decided to kind of get into that and start building out other services.
Right. So that makes sense. So, okay, that joke, my first question for you was like, what is INVZN Media? How did it get started? And like, was it your brainchild? You and your partner, how did that all come together?
Yeah, it was more of a necessity. It was something that was needed. The options in the area it was just so plain. Everybody's was the same. So our whole thing, INVZN just creates custom video content for realtors, and we're actually starting to grow and expand more into smaller business and different organizations outside of real estate. But yeah, that was essentially it. It was something that was needed. We luckily were able to connect with another business partner of ours. The three of us owned INVZN, myself, Roland, and Guillermo. And Guillermo is just this editor mastermind, and he's just like a DJ on edits and incredible videographer. So it just made sense. We're like, shit, let's just put this all together, the three of us, and let's grow this and see what we can do with it. So it's been going pretty well.
Yeah, awesome, man. So how many, like, now is it like recurring based clients? Is it like more so project based? What's it kind of look like from that standpoint?
Yeah. So, naturally with having the real estate background and having the sphere of agents that I've worked with over the years, it was natural to kind of get into the listing videos and the photos. A lot of the stuff when a realtor goes to promote a listing, a lot of it's photos, Matterport, coming soon video, welcome home videos, listing videos. And then that continued to kind of progress. And we started to kind of link up with bigger brokerages. And we started to kind of link some subscription deals with different brokerages where we would handle, 8 to 10 listings listings per month for them and continue to kind of build out the relationship that way. And then over the past maybe 6 to 9 months, we've started to kind of transition into creating content and essentially bringing what our realtors, what I need to stay consistent on social media and to stay top of mind with my database. It just started to kind of manifest its way out to kind of a content creation business as well. So we do it all from your basic photos all the way to creating batched content that you can repurpose over the next 5 to 6 months.
Got you. So all right. So when you say batch content, what do you mean by that? Like if I was a realtor and, I'm like, what the hell does he mean by batch content?
Yeah. So what we've had a lot of success with, we're having a lot of fun with it as well, is we've got realtors that'll come to us and we'll essentially handle, and it's about a 3 to 4 hour shoot per day, where we essentially handle anywhere from 55 to 60 different deliverables that we're able to shoot in one day and pass it off to them to repurpose. So for example, if you're a realtor coming in, we'd sit down and we'd have our team of writers create scripts that are engaging, that are definitely value driven, and kind of get away from what the typical dictionary type content is, what a lot of agents are doing. What's an FHA loan? What's a 30-year fix? Things, I mean, there's value there. But in my experience in real estate, my clients have been asking, if I sell my home within 18 months, do I have tax implications? What does that look like? So we get into, tax hits within there. 1031 exchanges are huge right now. So we have an agency that creates these scripts and essentially just kind of has them available, and we're shooting them one-on-one. So you'd come in, we're 3 to 4 hours, and we're going through about 12 to 15 scripts. We're doing about an hour and a half of interview just to learn a little bit about you, what makes you tick, why real estate, what did you do before, little things about you, so we can show the energy and kind of show the mannerisms and kind of learn a little bit about you. And we essentially chop that up into short form content and deliver anywhere from 25 to 30 videos that you can repurpose over the next 4 to 6 months. And then we'll have a photo shoot, lifestyle, behind the scenes shoot, blooper reels, intro. I mean, it's a huge package. And then essentially what we'll end up doing with Dippidi is we'll be passing them out to you guys, and then you'll repurpose them for the client, so on and so forth. So it's a huge value drive.
Yeah, I think that's what's super cool is, and I guess this is like a subtle, a little small announcement of our relationship, right? Is that, we're going to be able to help your clients that you guys are doing video for to then take that video, get it distributed in a targeted standpoint, right? So that way it's getting pushed in front of the right audience in the customer journey, whether it's a piece of content to attract new eyeballs or re-engage people that have already been attracted to try to get them to become a lead or delight them, right? So to make them convert, can I get an appointment out of it from this video? What can I do with this video? So just creating those various videos and almost creating a video funnel out of it that's used in social based off of the behavior. I mean, I'm pumped for it. I think it's gonna be a sweet partnership, but to like kind of dive into like the why of it all, right? Like why should real estate agents be making video content a priority in their marketing strategy?
Yeah, it's funny. We just had a call with a big broker out here in the Bay Area a couple of days ago, and that same question came up. And it's one of those things where if you're not into video, you're going to lose. It's just as simple as that. If you're not showing what makes you tick, your mannerisms, your energy. And that was kind of a big thing for me. When I first got into it, I wanted people to see how I reacted, how I spoke, the energy involved, because at the end of the day, your realtor, depending on the market that you're in, you're going to be able to sell the property, but are you going to be somebody that the client trusts in the property? Does your energy match theirs? Is it something that somebody's comfortable with? So, I mean, if you're not digging into video right now, it's going to be an uphill battle for sure.
Right. And so what do you think right now is the thing that's preventing the people the most, like especially real estate agents, the most from getting into video?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the way I sound. I don't like the way I look. It's a lot. They're kind of in their head, right? That's a big thing. Another objection that we hear from time to time is, what do I say? Is what I'm saying relevant? We had a client that was brand new to the industry that came in, and we put together a list of scripts for her, and she is doing an amazing job, but she's about a year into the industry. And when we're bringing up these scripts of 1031 exchanges, her question was, am I worthy of talking about this? I mean, how do I sell myself? How do I sell my client or my audience on the fact that I am experienced enough to talk about the 1031 exchanges when I've never done it? So a lot of it's kind of in your head. And that's where I think we do a great job with coaching and kind of walking through the whole process of getting the right tone, the right tonality, the right energy out to it. But yeah, I would say a lot of it's kind of in the head. Nobody knows what to talk about when they do have the batched content. When do they post? How do they post? So it's a job within itself.
I think that that's something that's super cool that you guys do, though, because if you think about a new agent that's never done a 1031 before, and you're an experienced agent that has, and you own this media company, you're part owner of this media company that can now coach them through it. So even though they may have never done it and they're kind of positioning themselves and giving value and education on social about a 1031, they're kind of learning at the same time. So you're kind of getting education through this service as well.
For sure. There's a level of coaching there where I think that we have a little bit of a leg up on others that are kind of doing it. Just because, I mean, we definitely got the shooters and the editors that do their thing, but Roland and I do quite a bit of business. We've been lucky enough over the years, and we've had a lot of fails, right? So, I mean, we've had the ups and the downs. We can overcome those objections. And I think being able to kind of bring that value to the table, I think is going to just make our clients feel a little more comfortable with it.
No, absolutely, man. No, that makes complete sense. So like you're an agent, you've been doing this. How long have you been doing video yourself?
I right in 2010. I mean, God, it's funny.
Oh shit, you've been doing video for that long.
For that long. So, I mean, it's funny because we've I was speaking with a client yesterday, and we're kind of going through my old YouTube channel. It was like super, I've got like 400 or 500 videos in there, 600 videos, and I'm all young and I got no beard, you know, and I'm looking like I'm 12. And it's like, she's like, Jesus, you've been doing it for this long. So it was just kind of one of those things where, you know, when I got into the industry, I'm from the East Coast, live in California. So I didn't have a sphere of influence, right? So
you're a big Pats guy.
You know this. But it was a big thing where I needed to differentiate myself in real estate out here without a sphere of influence. And that was we started just hammering Craigslist for YouTube videos. So we've been at it for a while.
Hammering Craigslist for YouTube videos. What do you mean? What'd you do?
So we would just simply, for example, on a Wednesday, we'd get a list of all the properties that were coming out with foreclosures or were going to be short sold. So what we would essentially do is I would record myself saying, you know, 35 homes hit the market this week in San Ramon. 18 of them are short sales, blah, 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 are foreclosures. In order for you to get the entire list of 35, go to sendmeforeclosures.com. Here's 10 of them. So we'd tease them with 10. We'd have another 25 on the back end, and we'd capture leads that way. And then we follow up with the leads and continue to kind of build the business out that way. But I mean, it was every Tuesday and Thursday for a good couple of years. I mean, we had hundreds and hundreds of videos on it.
Now, was that just going through YouTube organically?
Yeah, I would just shoot them through YouTube and then copy the link and hit them through and just continuously paste through Craigslist. Yeah.
Wow. So you were you put the content on YouTube, but you distribute it on Craigslist? Is that kind of how it was? And this is in like 2010, 11?
2010, 9, 10, 11, when it was nothing but short sales and nothing but foreclosures. So everybody was kind of posting images, you know, click here to get a list of foreclosures. But then for when they would see any of our ads or any of my ads, it would have a video. They'd click on the video and they'd see kind of the, you know, who was talking to them and the experience that you have in the industry. So we were capturing a shitload of leads.
Now, were any of these converting into deals?
No, some of them.
So, yeah.
It was really small. I would say we were probably bringing in anywhere from 40 to 50 leads a week consistently. Inquiries, I should say, you know, not necessarily hot leads ready to rock. But then again, you have to remember at that time, nobody was sure what's going to happen with the real estate market, right? They've seen it crash so much. Like, is this going to go a little bit more? It was definitely a difficult market for me to kind of get my feet wet in real estate. So,
yep.
But that was it. That was the whole start of video.
So have you seen benefits since you started posting video? I know that like recently you've been doing like a lot of educational videos and reels, which is actually something INVZN helps a lot of agents do. Have you seen benefits yourself since starting that? Yeah.
So we've definitely kind of, the whole purpose for us to try to get past, as I mentioned in the past, the dictionary style of it, right? Where you're just given basic, you know, FHA, what's a 30-year fix, so on and so forth. But when you start to kind of use real life experiences as topics into a script, I'm seeing that we're definitely getting a little bit more engagement that way. We do things a little bit different in the form that we're editing. So we're adding in a lot of pop culture references when we're talking about a script. So we're actually holding the viewer longer. Call to actions are obviously a must with this as well. So we're capturing leads, but most importantly, it's more of a top of mind thing, and just making sure you're on top of your database and your sphere.
Yep. So right now, would you say that Instagram Reels, TikTok, things like that are like, I mean, obviously distributed across multiple, but are you really creating a lot of this short form content? Where's it going?
Yeah, it's mostly TikTok. It's Instagram Reels, and Reels are hot right now, right? Everybody's pushing it. I think Instagram just came out with a creator fund, essentially, that they're going to be paying people that are actually having significant success on Reels, which is exciting.
I just got eligible. I just got eligible. Yeah. I know. I'm pumped. I'm like, I can't wait to get 30 cents. I can't wait.
I know. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes. And I mean, it's a popular feature right now, but getting into kind of YouTube shorts, and obviously you want to post it across all streams, but I think the most important stream you want to post it on is your database. So I use bombbomb.com, and I've got hundreds and hundreds of videos, but just thousands of leads and clients that I've connected with over the years, open houses, Zillow leads, Boomtown, all those type of things, Dippidi leads that we pulled in through you guys. So we just continue to drip on them on all of these videos. So it's actually got to the point where if I'm not consistent with the video marketing through my database, I'll get emails from clients that are saying, where are you at? We're not seeing video. So it's almost at the point where they expect it. So wow. So it's been it's really helped me grow my real estate business.
No, absolutely, man. So I started Instagram Reels, like, I would say probably right around 90-ish days ago, like maybe a little more than 90 days ago. And man, I've been, and I haven't even been doing the high quality shit. I've been just using my phone. Your shit's funny,
though. Like, your stuff's funny.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to consider myself a funny guy, so I try to just make fun of my wife, but at the same time trickle in the education, but in my tone, right? Because that was the biggest thing for me before breaking into it, was I cannot fake it. Like, I'm not a fake it to make it guy. Right. I am gotta be me, gotta be authentic. If people don't like me, they don't like me. Right?
That's the thing, and everybody's gonna pick that out. They can smell it, they can smell a smooth talker, right? So that's, if you bullshit it, it's only going to make you look bad.
Right. And so but that's what I found is like, damn, dude, like doing it consistently. I think I got 2.4 million views in the last like 90 days.
Jesus.
In total, right? And it's all kinds of things. Like I post videos where I make fun of my wife. I post videos where I make fun of myself. I post videos where I'm educating about real estate. I post videos where I'm educating about like lead generation, marketing, all that.
Airbnb.
But what I found, Airbnb, right? Yeah, exactly. And what I found is that I am just connecting with so many like-minded people that it's just unreal. Like, oh, went down for a second. I like so many like-minded people that's just unreal. Yeah. And I couldn't even ask for the amount of like relationships I built over Reels and things like that in this amount of time. I've been able to get clients from Airbnb. I've been able to connect with people for marketing, doing things with Dippidi, and just friends, like making new relationships with people in the industry.
And it's all organic. You put it out there and you let the algorithm do its thing and run wild with it.
Exactly, man. And I'm like, damn, I didn't put no money behind this. I just put time and kind of had fun doing it. Right. So it kind of works out that way.
Are you pretty consistent with it? Do you have a scheduled kind of post and ready to go, or you just kind of wing it and rock from there?
Just started the schedule. Like the schedule, what didn't exist. I was just kind of like, need to do something once a day. And like, I'd find like a few hours or hour or two, and I would be able to create some drafts and then just kind of post them, over time. But now I'm starting to block my time. I'm starting to do where I'm actually starting Monday doing like weekly tutorial videos and trainings for clients. It's basically all about real estate marketing. So those will start coming out on YouTube. Thursdays is the podcast. This is the episode number 2, right? Oh, nice. So I hadn't even came up with a name for it yet. I'm just like, run with it, right? So we'll eventually have a name.
Right,
but, just kind of just like, dude, I need to hit the ground running. I need to just be consistent and let the other things fall into place.
Yeah.
So, and then that's kind of the thing. So Monday, the trainings, Thursday podcast, Wednesday, I'm doing content days in terms of like similar to what you guys do at INVZN, right? Like set up the camera, little short form day, and where I can like just bang it out. So I think that what would you say people need to do? Would you say the best way to time block it? Have you found a good way to time block it? What's your take on that?
Yeah, so I mean, we were on a schedule. It's funny because everything kind of got pushed back a little bit with the build out of the studio. So we're actually on the other side of the wall. We're building out a podcast studio here as well. So we will start our schedule of actually having a podcast session. We'll probably do a weekly deal. But for us, it's more of, I always give advice to agents when they're like, how do we get into video? What's the easiest way to do it? How do I get comfortable with it? And I always say kind of start off with your broker tours, kind of do a quick little fast run through of a property when it's empty, when it's vacant, kind of do a quick little reel, talk a little bit about it and then post it. So ideally you want to get a couple of those per week into it. And then it's more of the easiest way to kind of explain it is just kind of like a personality videos, a little bit about yourself, because that's the big deal, right? Everybody in the market, you're going to be able to sell the properties, or if you're a lender, you're obviously going to be able to close the loan and originate the business, but you have to show some sort of personality. And that's why you've got the 2.5 million and you're seeing a ton of views and engagement, because you're screaming personality and people are like, shit, Austin's dope. I want to work with him, or I would consider them at the very least as an interview. And that's all you're looking for, is the hand up. You want to see who's going to push that hand up, and dry people with it's going to be tough. People without a personality, everybody wants to work with people they like.
Yeah, you hear it all the time. You got a face for radio, and I do. I have a face for radio, and I'm somehow just jumping on the video, right? So that's what I'm making happen. But no, man, I think that there's a lot of ideas that people can do. Like, what are some lower hanging fruit ideas that you feel like people can do with video, whether they just pick up their smartphone or whether they go blow it all out and go jump on with INVZN? Like, what do you feel like is a good way for people to get started?
Yeah, so TikTok is kind of a pick up your phone and run with it, right? Whereas Instagram Reels there's definitely a version of it that you can get away with kind of the TikTok, but it's kind of more of a prepared kind of script type of deal. Definitely different demographics, but I mean, in the real estate side of things, it's more of talk about some pitfalls, show some issues that you've had, or some objections you've had to overcome, or what happened when you showed properties this past weekend to Johnny, Jesse, and Jimmy, the issues that they had, and whatever the case may be, but try to be observant of what's going on in your weekly business, and just simply journal it and just kind of grab it. And then again, going through open houses or vacant properties, just trying to capture kind of a quick little run through and speed it up a little bit. But then again, at the end of it, you should also have a creative content structure ready to go of that information of it. What's a 1031 exchange and how does it relate to this current market? What are the building zoning laws that have recently been changed within your area? Those are the things that people care about. So out here in the Bay in California, there's a new SB9 law, which is allowing people to kind of essentially build out ADUs. So you've got a 10,000 square foot lot, I
remember working on those with you.
Yes. Yeah. So that's the thing. And as there's more space, obviously a housing shortage, but especially out here in the Bay, housing is incredible and incredibly expensive, but there's just not enough of it. So they passed this law, and I've had a ton of clients be like, I've got a 15,000 square foot lot. Can I put one ADU? Can I put two ADUs on there? So those are the type of questions that you should have in more of a structured shoot, edit, clean, cut, professional type of content.
Yeah, that makes total sense, because that's almost like the hyper local video, like educational questions you would get, where like ADUs here in Lakeland, Florida don't necessarily pertain to the same as like San Ramon or, where you're at. So, yeah, man, no, that it's so funny you brought up ADU. Immediately, I'm like, dang, I learned that word through you when I helped you market that back in like last year, the year before, right?
Yeah.
Crazy. So what do you like see for the like overall plan of INVZN? Where do you kind of see this going?
I mean, it's my baby. I love it. It's one of those things where we've been at real estate for quite some time. We've been through the lows and the ups, and obviously always going to be doing real estate. It's a profession that we put so much time into. But I think with INVZN, the goal with us is, as we've recently built out a studio here in the East Bay, the goal really is to have agents come in here and shoot their content, hold their podcasts, and essentially be able to, do all of their content creation here. For us, we're trying to push this content day on essentially a content tour, where we're able to go to Lakeland, Tampa, let's just say Tampa or Miami or Boston, and essentially group 10 to 15 agents, set up shop there for 3 or 4 days, and have content days for each agent one-on-one, batch their content, and they're good to go for 4 to 5 months. So we're going to continue to grow. We're definitely scaling this nationwide. One of the reasons why we're teaming up with you guys. And I think we've got some ads that are about to hit pretty soon with you guys. So I'm excited. To see how that goes.
Me too, man. A lot of the content you just shot over, it looks freaking sweet. And
Dude,
so I know our team's going in right now, getting it all set up, building, like we said, building that video funnel out. And, let's see what happens with it. I know branding wise, it's going to be big. There's some few out there that are for lead gen. So, I mean, as long as that funnel's set up and you start pouring in the budget, I think it's going to be super successful. So we'll see.
We've worked in the past and had great success with you guys. So I don't see how this would be any different. As we're focusing on the real estate side of things with these content days, we're going to start pushing out into the insurance space. We're going to push out into the mortgage space as well. So financial planners have reached out to us to create some sort of content day and build it out. So we've got the team, we've got the writers, the professional writers, the agencies to be able to prepare this content. And it's essentially shooting them, editing them, and just pushing them out and connecting them with companies like yours. So they set it and forget it. They take their batch content, they give them to you guys. It's done, it's over, and now there's ad spend behind it.
Right.
So,
because what's the turnover, or we'll call it the shelf life? What's the shelf life of where you feel that they need to come back into the studio again? Would you say it's like a 30-day, a 90-day? What's that kind of look like?
So we've got a couple different projects. So we've got 2 particular packages that will allow you to essentially have enough batched content to repurpose for 2 to 3 months consistently, multiple times a week for about 2 or 3 months. We have a bigger package that gives you about 5 months, 5.5 months consistently, depending on the months and how aggressive you do that. So, and then we have a couple other packages that we're just starting to kind of tweak a little bit, where essentially it's kind of a subscription base where you would be able to come in and shoot. You'd have 4 videos, 4 photos, 4 titled thumbnails, and you're coming in once a month, every month, for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and we create the content for you. You simply read line by line. We coach you through each line and then go on from there. So the shelf life, depending on which package, you want to do this every 4 months, because this is essentially your farm, right? Everybody was door knocking, everybody's hitting with mailers, whether I think this is a great way to create a digital farm and have it work side by side your physical farm, and adding video to it's a no-brainer.
And I think that I couldn't agree more. But I think what makes it so different about mailers or door knocking is that even if they don't click a link or they don't do, take the action, they're still seeing you. They're still watching.
Yeah.
And it compounds. So if you're posting it on like Reels or TikTok, right? Like I've been posting over the last 90 days, like I said, but I'm starting to see like some of the content that I posted like 45, 50 days ago are still getting likes. And not only that, but some of them picked up traction. Like I posted one video that got like 1,000 views in a few days. And then like a month and a half later, now I got 15,000 views on it, and followers are compounding because of it. So then you start getting a following from it.
No, and that's it. And then it's funny because my son is, I have a little 12-year-old, and he's all over TikTok, right? So he's like making these edits for football players and all this stuff, and he's like trying to connect them with them together, and he's always proud of it. But he'll bring up, Dad, that video I did, 2 months ago was still continuously hitting, and I'm still starting to see more. But think about if you put together this content day and you've got this shot out and it's your digital form, but you're going to continue to market direct mail to your farm, your physical farm. Why not have a QR code that's attached to the farm, that's attached to that that postcard, where everybody's QR coding these days, right? I mean, COVID forced you to start using QR codes at all menus and all restaurants. So being able to kind of incorporate your digital farm into your physical farm with these QR codes, bringing you back to your YouTube site or a funnel that's going to continuously retarget through Dippidi, so on and so forth. I mean, it's a no-brainer. And kind of going back to your first question, why aren't people, getting in the video, or why is it so important? Because if you're not doing those things, there's a group of agents that are a little younger, a little more tech savvy, that are going to start pushing you out. It's very simple.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're going to snatch the market share of eyeballs, and
Yep.
eventually the tables will turn. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I saw a piece of Tyler's episode yesterday or today or the day before. And I think the snippet was, it's not necessarily the best agent, it's the best marketer. And it's who's going to get the most eyes on you. So yeah, no, I think that works hand in hand.
Yeah, that's what I'm pumped, man. Just having, as Dippidi, like having multiple things out there, right? Like that's kind of the goal. Content this year is massive for us. We got to get, market share through eyeballs. So by giving value, recording, and just putting out content, showcasing who we are as professionals and people is going to help us go beyond where we couldn't even imagine, right? So we're going to put it to the test, and I can't wait to do some more of these with you, and
I'm excited,
and like see the progress between both of us, right?
Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be a good partnership.
Well, hey man, if anybody wants to hit you up in regards to INVZN, or even just to talk to you about real estate, because you are obviously been an agent yourself for many years, what's the best way for people to reach out to you?
Yeah, you can hit INVZNmedia.com. It's INVZNmedia.com. And it's the same as the handle on TikTok and on Instagram. Definitely check out what we've been doing and how we're doing different reels and how we're being a little creative outside the box. It's a big thing. Our editors in the other room are just constantly trying to think outside the box and be a little different. Me personally in the real estate space, Brooks Landry Group is my Instagram handle, Facebook as well, TikTok as well. So yeah, anything you need, any questions, anybody has any questions about just putting the process together, or if they want to set up and kind of get an idea of what this content day looks like, it's a quick little 10-minute demo. We'll send out a presentation for you to check out, get kind of an idea of everything that's encompassing and why it's starting to take off. Let us know, hit us up, and we'll send it out to you guys to check out.
Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate your time, man. Excited to do another one of these with you in the near future, but
Awesome.
Till then, man, take it easy.
All right, brother. Take care.
Yep.
Go Pats.
Oh yeah, go Steelers, dude.
Later.